just taking the plunge into real estate, Hello everyone, I am Bob, and in this real estate video, I'm going to be teaching you how to get that big multi-million-dollar deal, the juicy ones, the whales, the casinos call them. You see, you can't just start off getting that multi-million-dollar deal, unless of course you're kind of in those super Illuminati circles and you can just kind of do those things, along with, kind of take over Peru. But for the rest of us who have absolutely no control over what happens to Peru, you gotta go by a step-by-step process. So, step number one. You gotta get your foot in the door in real estate first. There's a few ways to do this. One, well, you're gonna have to get credentials, and it really helps to have a real estate license. That's the bare minimum. To grow it, you should get a lot more than a real estate license though, because let's face it, you can get that thing in 3 weeks. What really makes a difference in credentials is having a degree in real estate, having a minor in it, a major in it, a major in finance, a minor in finance, a degree in marketing can even help. Another thing you are going to want to do is get really good designations that the higher up people, the higher up wealth management groups actually care about. So having really good designations like a CPM, Certified Property Manager, that can help if you're going for multifamily or office or something like that. Another big one is CCIM. Every eyebrow will raise and they'll be like, yeah, maybe this guy isn't just another real estate agent trying to pitch me on my property that's worth millions of dollars, because man, they got a long list of people who got nothing behind them trying to get that same deal. So having the good designations, things like that, and also, being a broker, that always helps. It looks a lot better than being a sales agent. So that's another credential that a lot of people just know about in general, and usually will give some credibility to. The other thing is, for getting your foot in the door, is it really helps to actually be in a brokerage that people have heard of. It doesn't have to be this way. I didn't do it that way, but it does help, especially if you're in the right circles within that company, because there's a lot of people all competing to get that big, great, juicy spot at one of the big commercial guys, but at the end of the day, it goes to a handful of them, and normally they have been working at, maybe 5 years, a decade or more to get into that spot. So that's a real long haul thing, and it takes a certain type of personality to get in those circles. But if you're gonna do that, it's great. It'll probably work out for you, so long as you get that spot. The other thing, so you basically start that way. You get your credentials, get the right brokerage, and then you need to start doing some deals. You gotta do some deals. And, think about doing deals as fishing. You really want the first thing you try to catch to be a blue whale. It's probably not gonna work because you got a flimsy little stick with a string connected to the end. It's probably going to rip your arms off. I would suggest trying a goldfish. Fishing for a goldfish or something like that. Something that you could actually do, because here's the thing. In the world of commercial real estate, because that's what you're doing if you're doing a multifamily or something bigger, a really big transaction, or anything with really big numbers, it's smaller circles. So if word gets out that you had no idea what you were doing in this deal and you ruined it all, that could take you out for a very long time. Almost indefinitely. So I would suggest doing that. You should start with the goldfish, the small deals. You should go through the process. You should actually know how to use those contracts you were taught about in real estate. Because actually using them, understanding them, and negotiating with them is a whole lot different than being told what they are in school. This is the same basic idea in anything you learn. Actually knowing how to use them is a lot different than knowing about them. So doing a few, and then basically you take those small deals, and then you can basically use them as bait for slightly bigger deals, right? You get the really small deal, you get a few of those, then you can attract a medium-sized deal. Same idea, and then the medium-sized deal to the bigger deal, and then the bigger deal, and so on. It's a basic progression, because now you have a resume to show people. Look, I've done 5 $500,000 deals. You should trust me with your $1 million deal, and here's why. Because I've done this, and I have these credentials, and I have a great brokerage. Now you sound a lot better than the guy who just got his real estate license 5 seconds ago, and no one's ever heard of you, and no one's even seen you do a deal. So that's really going to help you on those. But then the top echelon, step 3, getting that whale. We're talking millions of dollars now, totally different realm. That's where it really helps to have those CCIMs, CPNs, and degrees, and also a real track record of things you've done. So, but the thing is, you're not even, who those people are changes. This is the big one that a lot of people don't seem to understand or even know about. In the smaller deals, you're usually dealing with one owner, one, maybe two. Half the time it's their wife or something like that. But when you're getting into the big stuff, the stuff that's multi-million dollars, has an on-site manager, things like this, you start working with an actual professional organization, not some guy who kind of just bought this for their nest egg for retirement. It's a totally different game. So you will have to be more polished along with having all these credentials. You'll have to be able to speak to them. You'll not only have to completely understand the real estate side of things, but you will also have to understand how their organization works. And let me tell you, it does not work the same as what you might have been exposed to in the normal world. So learning how each group works, asking the right questions and everything is really going to help you actually get into those circles once you start marketing to them and actually have any shot at all of talking to them. So, and that last part of how to actually do that would be a completely different video, but if you're interested in that, I can make another video about that. If you are, please put that in the comments. And if you like this video, please like it. I really appreciate that. And if you want any other kind of video covering anything regarding real estate or even entrepreneurialism, please leave that in the comments as well, because I'm making these videos every week. So please subscribe. These things are really good for people aspiring to go into real estate or are new real estate agents, because as you're learning, you can be watching all these things because they are geared to you to help you understand what the heck you should actually be doing. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye.